Hello and welcome to this episode of Omnix Customer Connects. The goal of these short episodes is to bring you some of the leading vendors in technology to talk about solving specific customer pain points and challenges. These episodes are brought to you by Omnix International in collaboration with our strategic partners. Omnix is one of the leading system integrators in the region, offering a portfolio of solutions and services ranging from CAD engineering, audiovisual solutions to digital transformation and cybersecurity. In addition, Omnix brings deep expertise in the areas of system integration and software development. Today's topic is about RPA, Robotic Process Automation, and how it can help companies optimize their internal processes and thereby save time and money. RPA is a key component for enabling digital transformation. For this session, we have with us Hilel Baroud from UiPath. Hilel is based in Dubai and is the Global Services Director for UiPath in MEA. Welcome to this session, Hilel.
Thank you very much.
So Hilel, my first question is, what is robotic process automation and what are its benefits?
Yes. Robotic process automation is a technology that allows anyone today to configure computer automation software, what we call a robot, to emulate the actions of a human interacting within digital systems to execute a process. The benefits of RPA are that you will increase efficiency because the robots can execute a process much faster than a human and error-free. You will be able to ensure compliance. What you can do is you will embed your compliance steps within the processes, making sure that it gets executed every single time. A robot will not skip it, while a human might forget or skip a crucial step. You will increase security. The robots can interact with sensitive data, making sure that no human are accessing databases and systems that you would not want a human being to access. And these robots are running within your IT infrastructure behind your firewall. What you will also do, and which is very important, is enable AI technologies. What we have done recently is introduced a lot of skills to our robots using their machine learning skills as well as AI brains to allow the robots to execute processes that previously needed human interaction. Now the robots can do it using these skills. You will enhance customer experience because your processes will be executed on a 24/7 within your agreed service level agreements. And most importantly is that you will have full governance over everything that is happening within your digital workforce, because every single step that is executed by a robot is being logged into the system, and you will have all your dashboards and alerts and reports to see exactly what's going on.
So is this same as hyper-automation?
So RPA is a part of the new hyper-automation platform. This term is coined by Gartner, referring to several automation components of process automation coming together to help organization amplify the ability to automate processes. So UiPath hyper-automation platform consists of 6 pillars. The first one is discovery, where you have the ability to crowdsource automation ideas from your employees using Automation Hub and scientifically discover automation opportunities by analyzing the back-end applications using UiPath process mining. This is one of the features that we have recently added. Then you can easily export the detailed process documentation from a business user and import it into UiPath Studio using task capture. And that brings me to pillar 2 where you have build. So about 50 to 60% of the development is already done using the discovery phase, and the developer will just need to fine-tune and integrate or implement the business exceptions into the process to complete the development. And then we have the manage. UiPath platform gives you the power to provision, deploy, trigger, monitor, track, and provide governance over every single task a robot is executing. The platform also provides easy integration and machine learning integration using AI Fabric. You can introduce your own brain or your own machine learning module into the platform and add that as a robot skill. What we also have is the run pillar, where we have unattended robot executing processes in the back end continuously to free your employees from repetitive work. Or you can use the attended robots as assistants to supercharge productivity. Our bots can independently in the background work, freeing you to work with other tasks in parallel. The engage pillar is where we have introduced long-running processes allowing the robots to interact with humans and humans to interact with the robots through the processes, handing over tasks to human and taking a decision from the human and then executing the remaining of the task based on the results coming from the human. And lastly, what we have introduced is measure. To measure the effectiveness and efficiency of your automation workforce, we have introduced a powerful embedded analytics tools and governance to align with your operations and strategic business needs.
Okay. So how is RPA beneficial for organizations looking to digitally transform?
Well, what we are seeing today more and more are that companies are adopting RPA as part of their digital transformation journey. Especially now with the COVID pandemic, we are seeing organizations having a top-down approach for automation. RPA has really come a long way today. It's no longer simply executing repetitive tasks and doing data entry. Today, we have introduced many AI and machine learning skills to our bots, making it possible for the robots to execute processes on a new, different level. Our bots can interact with human and with AI brains, even external AI brains, to receive information and then decide how to execute the process further. UiPath has an open platform allowing it to seamlessly integrate with other systems and other AI brains and other applications and technologies out there to help automate the process from end to end.
So what are some of the common use cases for RPA?
Common use cases, well, obviously you have the low-hanging fruits that are to be found in finance, IT, and HR. These are very repetitive and do not really require an AI brain or machine learning, but that used to be a couple of years ago. Now what we are seeing is much more processes being managed and adopted by business. So business is managing the whole RPA process, is no longer IT taking care of it, and you have all kind of complexities that business is using to automate these processes using OCR, using chatbots, using machine learning, and introducing AI into it. So these are the new use cases that we are seeing rather than the low-hanging fruits of repetitive finance and IT use cases.
Okay. So do you see RPA more commonly adopted in certain specific industry verticals, or does it apply across industries?
Well, actually, RPA applies across all verticals. So we are seeing all kind of verticals, all kind of industries. Anywhere you have employees working on a desktop, interactive with digital systems, you can introduce and you will see RPA being implemented there. So it's not really specific, although many companies start with finance and IT and HR because that's where you find the low-hanging fruits. But many have already crossed that part and already doing a robot for every employee, empowering the users to do citizen development. You have the business users doing task automation on their own machine. So it's really being wildly adopted in any vertical, really. We don't focus on certain verticals.
Okay. So can you tell us why customers should consider the UiPath platform for RPA?
Well, for many reasons. One of them is the Gartner Magic Quadrant report, where for the second year we have been placed highest for our ability to execute. We are one of the leaders in this market. So UiPath being the market leader according to Gartner, Forrester, as well as Everest. UiPath is the only RPA vendor that has expanded its platform by developing products and acquiring technology and embedding them into the hyper-automation platform to provide our customer with a complete end-to-end automation platform. We provide a solution that enables our customer to automate the entire life cycle of a process automation, from discovering, finding out which are the best processes to be implemented and developed, up to the fifth and sixth pillar of measuring and making sure that you are seeing the return on investments using our analytic tools that is also embedded into the platform. So for the reason of having this end-to-end platform, I think this is something every customer should be considering UiPath to be implemented.
What about cloud? How does this all work with the cloud?
So a lot of customers now are moving into cloud. What UiPath has introduced is the automation cloud of UiPath. Customers no longer need to worry about setting up the infrastructure and having a disaster recovery or a hyper automation. What they need to worry about is making sure that they're selecting the right processes, making sure that these processes will bring them the ROI that they need, and that ROI could be either efficiency, security, speed of execution, or whatever that goal is. Choosing that process, developing it, deploying it into UiPath Cloud, which is now available everywhere. You don't need to worry about backing up and all those kind of things, and it is your own private cloud, if I can call it that way, that is running for you within UiPath Automation Cloud. What we also have is your own private cloud, where you can deploy UiPath into AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, or any other cloud out there. And for example, in Azure and AWS, we have a one-click deploy, which will help you deploy the platform into the Azure or the cloud platform, making it much easier for you to use UiPath within the cloud.
And I also see it has integrations to backend ERP.
Absolutely.
Like
UiPath has an
Salesforce.
open platform, allowing it to integrate with technologies and ERP systems. We already have connectors and activities and workflows in our marketplace, allowing you to just download a connector, plug it into the platform, and you have a connector to any kind of ERP out there that you might be using, which will allow you to automate just activities that the robot already are trained on.
Very good. Thank you, Hilal, for your insights.
Thank you very much for having me here.